Jeffrey is not fine staying where he's at. He sees a better life that he could have, more money that he could make, more respect that he could get from men, more attraction that he could get from women. He wants these things, but he just doesn't seem to make progress to them. He doesn't stay consistent in the habits that will get him out of this rut. And because Jeffrey never discovers self-improvements, he remains in mediocrity. Adonis is a superior man. That means that he has the divine masculine energy inside of him. Totally present, totally loving, totally focused on his mission. Adonis navigates life in the best way possible. I was destined to be mediocre. I was one of the drones of guys who would literally wake up and start masturbating straight away. After finishing up there, I'd go play video games for hours, eat shitty junk food, look at myself in the mirror with these like dark, dull eyes and not like myself. When I was a little bit younger and I didn't like my life, I would punish myself for this. I would look myself in the mirror and I'd just start punching myself. A lot of people don't really realize how mentally fucked it is to be mediocre, to live like a normal life these days. That was a good few years ago. I can literally see like my lifeless eyes staring back at me. This like moments just staring at myself, literally fucking punching myself in the chin, punching myself in the stomach. And I did this often. Fast forward a couple of years from that point, I remember being high as fuck in the apartment with a girl that I didn't even trust. Get like a few minutes rest from her whilst pretending to have a shit in the toilet, running the tap and just staring at myself, just high as fuck, mouth breathing, disassociating. I need to change my life. I want to be an entrepreneur. I hate my job. I'm going to be sleep deprived tomorrow. I have to wake up early for work. I learned about a concept that practically forced me to take action and got me to where I am now. I'm not at like this ultimate stage just yet, but if we list some of the things that I have in life and some of the accomplishments that I have, the life that I'm living now, it's phenomenal. I've traveled to 6-7 countries this year. I've made passive income. I've become a digital nomad. I've made a lot of money. I've become a leader of a movement, and it all stemmed from learning this one particular concept. I will teach you that concept in full, but we need to discuss. There are a number of guys who are somewhat fine with being mediocre. You might know some yourself. You probably have some like male friends who seem fine. Like they don't have this like agitation with being average. They're fine just playing video games, maybe taking drugs. No, they're fine. Like self-improvement, that's cringe. And you know what? For those guys, okay, fine. Our job isn't to try and convince guys to listen to us who don't even want to be on self-improvement. Our job isn't really to force someone like that who doesn't want to change. Our job is just to change ourselves. And if there is anyone we meet who wants to change, who wants it bad enough, well, then we want to help them. And that's what we're doing here. The problem stems from the guys who don't want to be mediocre, who currently are. From the guys who are ambitious, who want more from life, but feel stuck in the position of life that they're in right now. You have this masculine urge inside of you to make progress, to dominate. You have this desire to fuck more women. Honestly, I'm gonna say it unfiltered. You have this desire to fuck more women, and it's not happening. You have this desire, this masculine desire to make more money, to build success, to elevate your status amongst your peers, and it's not happening. Because in the modern day, we are so distracted from the things that we actually need to do, because there's just mindless, brainless content that's so hyper stimulating. All of these platforms, algorithms are so powerful, they will strip you of your most valuable currency, your time, your attention. Perhaps you're feeling a sense of excitement and you know that I'm talking about something that you're interested in, but there's also like a level of just hesitation because you've tried to change before and it might not have really worked for you. You tried. You must understand right now that improving your life, saving your life, getting out of mediocrity, it's not something you try. It's a lifestyle that you live to. It's something you dedicate yourself to. In this journey to try and improve ourselves, to get to that ultimate point, to become like Adonis, I went through lots of periods just like yours where I felt like things weren't really working. I felt like I wasn't really staying consistent to the habits. You know, it's so annoying when you set this intention that you want to be on nofap or exercise or whatever habit you were interested in and you just can't seem to be consistent in it. I went through it too, and I'm telling you right now that when I look back, I realized that that moment of feeling like things aren't really working is part of the journey. You're like right here. And most guys, when they feel like it's not working, just slip back because, you know, well, it's not working. But if you literally convince yourself that you will never quit this desire of continuous progress, continuous learning, you break through the plateau that you're in, and you can't help but look back with so much gratitude that you stayed stuck onto this course. The concept that practically forced me to take action and change my life and get out of mediocrity. And hopefully you can see, like, I have evidence of that. This isn't some random guy like telling you like, oh yeah, he's not mediocre anymore. You can literally see evidence of me making this progress in my YouTube channel, in my videos, in the success that you can literally see, the number of viewers and subs and stuff. You can literally see that I didn't have this before. You can see 2 years ago. Scroll down my YouTube channel and literally see the videos which I would make before I would go to my full-time job in customer service where I was making £8 an hour and I would cry on the way home. You can see that journey just on my channel. The concept that caused this transformation was that of understanding instant gratification and delayed gratification. If you can understand these terms, I promise you'll start taking action. Instant gratification comes from those activities that feel good right now, but we kind of know they're not good for us in the long term. So eating junk food, like eating some dessert, right? Eating sugar. It feels good right now. It feels pleasurable, but we know it's not good for us in the long term. Masturbating and watching porn feels good right now. It feels very pleasurable right now, but we know it's not good for us in the long term. Being lazy, procrastinating, all of those things are instant gratification. And we live in this like hyper instant gratification world. TikTok, YouTube, porn, all social media, all of it just unleashes so much instant gratification that makes you feel really good and comfortable and pleasurable right now. But every time you indulge in those things, your life just gets worse and worse and worse. And honestly, some of the things you might really enjoy are instant gratification. Playing video games, watching movies, anime, all of those are instant gratification. It hurts to say this because those things can be really fun and enjoyable, but your life does get worse the more you do those things. Delayed gratification is like the opposite side of this, like the good brother. Delayed gratification comes from those activities which feel hard and challenging right now, but they make your life better in the long run. Exercising, like a hard workout, is really hard right now. For most people, pushing yourself in exercise doesn't actually feel good. Of course, if you've been exercising so consistently for a while, you actually start to enjoy the burn. For most guys, like beginners, the burn doesn't feel good. Eating healthy doesn't really feel or taste good right now, but it makes your life better in the long run. Working hard or studying is delayed gratification. You want a simple plan to change your life? Drastically reduce instant gratification, drastically increase delayed gratification, and that's it. Don't expect it to be perfect. I did not say cut out instant gratification. I did not say just do 100% delayed gratification. Don't do any bad habits at all, because it takes some time, perhaps years, to go 0-100. Drastically reduce how much instant gratification you're doing, because you don't realize, or you probably do realize, how much these things hurt you. Junk food, porn, video games is a touchy subject because so many guys love playing them, and bro, I really did too. But one time I just had this sobering thought, asking myself, how can I be playing these games if my future self's life is getting worse because I'm indulging in this instead of doing the work that I should do? Most people will remain in mediocrity because they just don't want to give up their instant gratification activities. If you want a fucking gut punch right now, you've probably had limiting beliefs through this video. You've probably been thinking to yourself, oh yeah, Hamza said that activity is instant gratification, but I'm not gonna give it up. Which one was it for you? Most likely it'd be video games. You almost agreed with me when I just said most people stay in mediocrity because they don't give up their instant gratification. Perhaps you're extremely successful, extremely wealthy, fair enough. But if you take like a hard look at yourself right now and just ask yourself with total honesty, am I mediocre? And the answer is yes. And you've been defending this instant gratification activity, like the one that you say isn't a problem. Perhaps it's video games for you, or it's anime or something. We might have just identified the problem. I know that this seems hard and really dark and you'd rather just like continue just enjoying yourself. But if you want greater things in life, you need to make sacrifices. That's something for you to consider. Click and watch this video right now. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.